Man, gather around. OG Silverback here. And today, guys, I want to tell you a story, man, that's going to blow your mind. If you can really you can wrap your head around and step outside of your body. There's this book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. And what he says is, and this is from a psychological standpoint, this is what I call pimp game. Whenever you meet a person, you seek first to understand that person fully before you try to be understood by them. Because if you can understand that person's paradigm or their perspective of life, or why they think the way they are, their background or their trauma or their history, then you know what angle to come at them at, and you can persuade them because now you understand who they are. And so without further ado, that leads me into the topic of today's video, which is why educated, smart, independent women always make bad choices in men. And I want to share something with you guys because, man, my dad taught me this when I was a kid, and I want to share this with you who are not initiated, those of you who are not illuminated. And all that means is you're ignorant to the realities of life, and that's not a bad word. Ignorant just means lack of knowledge or experience. But in this life, man, there's 3 kinds of knowledge, dude. There's book smarts, which we all get. Some get more book smarts than others. You know, I got to be honest with you. I have a master's degree in information technology and in female psychology, and I still learn every day. I still read. I don't read every day like I used to, but I read weekly. And it's because he who has applicable knowledge has power. It's not just he who has knowledge has power. There's a lot of guys who just read books but don't apply the knowledge, right? So let's just call that book smarts, right? Then there's street smarts, man. A lot of you square dudes don't have street smarts because you didn't grow up in the hood. I'm not saying necessarily it's important to have street smarts, but I think it's important to be street savvy. And what that means is you just got to understand there's street people that have duplicitous behavior. You know, street people are really good at playing a role. That's where you see these hood rat, hoochie mamas, man, and these hood chicks and these girls from the Vadio and trailer trash. They can play this role like they're innocent, but they're really trash, bro. And they can get into your inner circle and just destroy your life, whether it's through their baby daddies who got drama, man, or just situations. They put you in bad situations, right? And then there's what's called experiential knowledge. That means you've experienced it. And this could be divided into 2 categories, actually, to make it 4. So there's stuff that you experience yourself, and I think that experience is the best teacher because that's how you get wisdom. But I think to be a really large thinker, dude, or an enlightened individual is to learn from other people's experience. That's why I said it can be 4 categories: book smarts, street smarts, your own experience, and the wisdom and experience from another dude that you don't have to experience. And that's what I try to share with you guys with my prison stories. Because the horrendousness I experienced in prison, I wouldn't want that on another man. And what I went through in this prostate surgery, woo! I wouldn't wish that on anybody, man. When I woke up on the operating table, man, and I felt what they was doing, they told me, "Oh, don't move, or we might accidentally cut off your baloney pony with these sharp instruments." And I could feel everything they was doing, dude. I've never felt pain like that in my life, bro. It felt like my insides were being ripped inside out. I would never wish that on my worst enemy, dude. But the point I'm making is I try to share with you guys my experiences so that you don't have to go down that. It's like, I give you an example, like there's a movie called The Book of Eli. And what I like about it, it shows the Bay Area in California, because I'm very familiar with Oakland and the Daly City in San Francisco. I've lived in those areas. But it shows the Golden Gate Bridge, and he's going across the bridge. But the bridge got blowed up, whether it was a war or cataclysm or whatever. The bridge is blowed up. And so, you tell a person, hey, I was going along, man, and I almost fell over the edge of the bridge because it's blowed up. And some guys, man, you try to tell them, a lot of you young guys, man, and I feel very sad for you because you've never been around strong male role models, positive role models, man. A positive role model, I'm not saying he's positive, but he wants positive things for you. You know what I'm trying to say? Like he's trying to he's trying to put you up on game so you don't go down the same path he went. Maybe he went down the dark path, but he's telling you, hey man, stay on the light side of the street, you know. But you youngsters, man, you never been around strong male role models, positive people, so you can't nobody tell you nothing. You remind me of a woman. Can't the woman tell you nothing? That's why the title of this video is Why Educated, Smart, Independent Women Always Make Bad Choices in Men. Because you youngsters remind me of the dude in the Book of Eli. You go, hey, and this is me. I'm an OG. I was driving down there, almost fell over the bridge. Like I saw the bridge was out. I jumped out of my car in time. I grabbed a ledge, and because of my athleticism, I pulled myself up. Woo, we looked down. My car exploded, messed up. I almost got killed. So I come back walking, and I see some youngsters coming this way driving. I go, hey, find another way, man, because the bridge is out. Hey, man, can't no old dude tell me nothing, man. What you saying, man? Hey, Holmes, you know what I mean? You Viejo, Holmes. You can't tell me nada, Holmes. I'm more intelligentsia, man. Hey, man, you know what? Old people, you're too old to know new tricks. You can't tell me a thing. Okay. And then you go, but you don't make it. You crash. So here's the moral of the story. This is why, educated, smart, independent women always make bad choices in men. It's because they are so educated and so smart and independent. A man can't tell them nothing. When they say a man can't tell them nothing, that goes for any man, whether it's a male friend, their brother, a male cousin, an uncle, or last but not least, their dad. Because you can have all the book smarts in the world. Like I said, there's different levels. I got a master's degree in information technology and female psychology. And the only reason I didn't get a PhD is, number one, I couldn't afford it because it costs money to get a PhD to go to these doctorate programs. And number two, bro, I was too busy working and making money. I had a family. I had too much going on to just be going to school and working. That's a hard life, dude. That's why you youngsters, if you have the ability, whether you got a scholarship, dude, or academic, athletic, or you got parents that care about you and just send you to school, man, don't waste all your time partying, dude. It's more than enough time to party, and it's like buckle down, go as far as you can in school. I recommend everybody get a doctorate degree, and I'm gonna tell you why, bro. A lot of people say that education is overrated and it's too expensive and all that. Okay, I agree on that aspect, but here's one thing they don't tell you: the more knowledge you have and the broader your knowledge, the more you can relate to other people that are different from you. And as a young dude living in your hood or your barrio or your trailer park or your own community, you see the world through a colored lens, bro. But once you start traveling the world, you want to have the ability to speak different languages, to see things from different perspectives, to embrace different concepts and ideologies, right? And that's the problem with educated women. Like, if you do the research, there's more women going into college and graduating from college than men, because a lot of men be like, oh man, education is not important, blah, 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 whatever. Okay. I'm not going to debate that. But what I'm saying is, just because you go to college and you get a degree does not mean you're smart. It means you're educated. There's a difference between being educated and being smart. Educated means you taking some course and you answer some questions that were posing you based on the courses and the books you read. Smart means you have the ability to discern and decipher, logical deductions about things based on your experiences. And a lot of women are so focused on their careers and I don't need no man and chasing the bag and being a boss, bench warmer, and all this stuff that they still allow their emotions and their hormones to dictate who they're attracted to. And here's a moral of the story. Women are creatures of emotions, dude, and feelings. So if a guy, if he's got a certain look or he's got a certain voice or a certain swag or a certain personality or a certain energy, women are all about this energy. That's why they're always asking, oh, what's your sign? And was it on the high moon rising and all this? I don't believe in none of that, dude. But women always ask me, and this is what I tell women. I'm going to tell you guys this. If you really believe in that zodiac stuff, then tell me what my zodiac sign is. I'm gonna give you a prime example. Whenever I'm out in public and I meet another man, dude, I always assess men from the head down. I assess them, and I can't say ask the women that I've dated because I don't really expose my dating life in public. But the women I've dated, I'd be like, hey man, that dude's a wrestler, that dude's a jiu-jitsu guy, that dude's a judo guy, that dude's a boxer, that dude's a musclehead. And when they come and I meet men all the time. Go, hey, how's it going, my man? Hey, I got a question for you. Are you a wrestler? Yeah, how'd you know? Or are you a boxer? Yeah, how'd you know? Are you a karate dude? I kind of just assess the people based on my experience as a fighter. Modern day women are so smart and independent, can't no man tell them nothing. They allow their emotions to keep attracting them to the Chads and the Tyrones and the Juans and the Jorges and the Fernando. Remember that song, Fernando? And that's why they make bad choices with men because, dude, they never go with the good guys, the nice guys, until they've been ran through and blown through. And here's the problem. I want to share this with you guys before I go. You never want to be a woman's insurance policy because even when she's been ran through and busted open and ripped open, now she's like, oh, I don't want bad boys anymore. She's already been psychically damaged. And it's just like a fat lady who's on a diet, right? And the doctor tells her, "Oh, your diabetes is off the chart. Your blood pressure's so high, your cholesterol's so high. You got to just eat vegetables and fish." Dude, the minute she gets to grab some candy and some bonbons, she's just gonna. That's why they call it bulimia, man. They eat so much and then they have to throw it up because then they regret their decision. So you don't want to be one of these guys, dude, who's an insurance policy for a woman who's made a lot of bad choices. She's a smart, independent boss bench warmer, and she's led by her emotions. You don't want to be the cleanup guy because then she's just going to drag you down that hole of she's just going to be cheating on you, dude, with the Chads and Tyrones and the Biffs and the Fernandos and the Juans and Jorges. And she'll keep apologizing, but she just can't help herself because that's just how it is when you marry a smart, independent boss babe.